Being an EXO fan is not really easy, and it hasn't been easy since the beginning. From a controversial debut, to hate from netizens, to neglect and lawsuits, the group and their fans have had it pretty hard. However, almost 12 years since the group debuted, they're still facing issues, and it's all SM Entertainment's fault. So where does this leave EXO, and what's happening with them? As mentioned, EXO has had problems for years now, but SM has done a good job of sweeping them under the rug for the most part. However, the cracks started to show in June of 2023 when it was reported that Chen, Xiumin, and Baekhyun had filed to terminate their contracts with SM. The members, represented by law firm Ling, claimed that they made 7 requests for disclosure of financial documents covering earnings and payments for all 3 artists from March to May, as they believed that something fishy was going on. They asked for clear financial records, considering it was their basic right as artists, but SM reportedly denied them access to this information. But it gets worse. Ling also revealed that SM initially had its artists commit to extended contracts lasting 12 to 13 years. However, more recently, the company pushed these artists to sign contract renewals early, essentially stretching the commitment to a minimum of 17 to 18 years. The artists believe that SM, using its significant power in the industry, is imposing unfair contracts that go against the rules for artist agreements and entertainment. Because of this, the members have decided to start a legal process against SM regarding these contracts and want to support other artists facing similar situations with the agency. The news was shocking to say the least, especially since fans weren't aware of any internal problems. Of course, they knew that SM didn't treat their groups right, but they had no idea that it was this bad. The members then went on to post their own statements on this. Well, their legal representatives did at least. Their lawyer stated that the complaint to the Korea Fair Trade Commission is based on SM's misuse of its dominant position. The KFTC had previously issued orders against SM in 2007 and 2011 for similar contract issues, which the artists believe SM has ignored. The complaint asks for an investigation into SM's violations, corrective actions, and a thorough review of all SM artists' exclusive contracts. The representative emphasizes that the KFTC had previously declared certain terms in SM's contracts, like tying contract start dates to debut dates and excessively long contract periods, as unfair. They also raised concerns about extended contracts due to international expansion, which disadvantages trainees. Despite a corrective order in 2007, the representative argues that SM included these unfair terms in the contracts of Baekhyun, Xiumin, and Chen in 2010 and 2011. Additionally, the contract term starting from the debut date, coupled with trainee periods and military service commitments, leads to agency relationships lasting more than 12 to 13 years. This is a major concern for the artists. The support from the fans started pouring in, as did the media play from SM, who were trying to turn the public's opinion against the members. Of course, SM denied any mistreatment. Instead, they went to blaming outside forces for trying to take their artists, more specifically, Big Planet Made. Instead of addressing the things that they were being accused of, pretty serious accusations at that, they played the victim card and blamed another party. Not only that, but once the issue dragged on, there were multiple posts on online communities calling the members traitors and criticizing them for not being thankful to the company. A post on the coup was also made by an alleged employee of SM, blaming the members for signing these unfair contracts in the first place and accusing them of taking advantage of the company's generosity. An example of this so-called generosity was SM keeping Chen even though he was married and had 2 children. Also, mind you, EXO CBX confirmed that they were basically blackmailed into signing their contracts. These members explained that during contract discussions, they proposed 8 changes, but SM rejected most of them, and the changes they did accept weren't adequately included in the final contract. They also learned that not signing the individual contracts could be detrimental to the remaining members and the group as a whole. SM also informed Baekhyun that by signing, the other members would receive a certain deposit. Yeah, you heard that right. However, despite the members showing themselves to be very brave by going against their company, even though they knew all the risks that came with it, fans knew that ultimately, SM was very powerful for them to deal with. In the end, after a week of back and forth statements, the agency confirmed that Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin are returning to their regular activities with the group and keeping their contracts with SM. On June 19th, SM announced that the 3 would stay with the company as per their contracts. SM representatives mentioned that they had enough time for thorough discussions with the 3 of them and were pleased to announce that they had resolved all their misunderstandings and reached an agreement. Of course, fans were disappointed, but overall supportive of the members. The fact that an issue this big got solved in the span of a week was also a little suspicious, but since the members had settled, the public was hopeful that they had at least got what they wanted. Well, not quite, because Baekhyun ended up setting up his own company. Just 2 months later, Baekhyun had a live stream on his Instagram where he confirmed the rumors about him opening up his own agency. He said that he had always been curious about the matters involving settlements and the contract-related issues, news, but he became even more curious due to the situations they faced due to Lee Soo-man's absence. He said he needed to check things out for himself, and while in the military, he worked hard on his vocals by taking lessons and talked about making a new album for their patient fans and took some personal time. Baekhyun also talked about his new company, One Signature, which he started with his friend Casper. He explained that he wanted to help many talented choreographers and dancers grow. He confirmed that while the company's name wasn't final yet, they were doing a lot of research and trying different things to achieve good results with a meaningful purpose. At the end, he apologized to fans and cleared that he had SM's full support on this endeavor. He also cleared some things about whether he would still be an SM artist, as he said, "I'll stay in this company, in EXO, with EXO members forever, but this company needs to improve some things." He definitely hit the nail on the head because SM has had a spotty history with contracts and their treatment of their artists. By that point, 6 of the original 12 EXO members had asked to end their contracts, citing unfair terms and unpaid work. We all remember the horrible things that Luhan and Tao recalled about how the company treated them. This situation had also happened before with artists like JYJ, Hangang, Trax, and now EXO CBX. Additionally, there have been allegations of contract issues initially brought up by Minu from Trax in 2015 and mentioned again by Jessica Jung. This wasn't over, as in October, there were reports of Sehun and Chanyeol departing from SM to leave the management of their solo careers to another company. The report said that they would still continue promoting with the EXO members, but their solo activities would be handled by a whole different company. Just a few hours later, SM denied these reports, saying that while their artists were free to open their own agencies for their solo endeavors, Sehun and Chanyeol didn't do that. But guess who did though? Dio. It was made official by SM that Dio would leave the agency once his current contract ends in early November. According to a statement given to the Herald Pub, Dio will focus on his acting career and personal endeavors by working with a new agency he co-founded with SM's former manager. No worries though, he will be continuing his activities with EXO. But now, with all these crazy things happening, where does this leave EXO? Some brought up the possibility of disbandment to the table. Well, not exactly disbanding, since this is SM we're talking about, but some believe the most likely scenario was that the members might sign with different agencies while pledging to continue EXO promotions, but the chance of a comeback seemed uncertain to many. Suho did try his best to assure fans, writing messages like, "Don't worry about EXO promotions, Suho will take responsibility." Seeing as he's the leader of the group, it was expected of him to say this, but fans are still scared that this is the end of the group as we know it. The issues about the contract and how SM refuses to be transparent about the artist's earning have probably not been resolved, so it's not exactly shocking that the members don't want to be there. It's also great that they're taking steps to manage their own activities, even though people aren't sure that SM will ever allow the group to perform together if the members all head for different agencies. Who knows if they'll even let the members leave. As mentioned by CBX, they're not above blackmailing and manipulating artists to stay in the company. They're known to be very petty and even go as far as to blacklist artists for going against them. Whatever happens to the group, we've already seen that the EXO members aren't afraid to stand up for themselves and call out the company for mistreating them, so at least we know that they'll do what's necessary to ensure that they're treated well. What do you think will happen to the group? Share your thoughts in the comments. Bye guys!